Hi everyone, it's Liesl. I'd like to share my September Tsunami Rose design team project with you. I made a 3 signature journal which measures 8 1/4 by just under 5 1/2, and I used the My Rose Garden paper set and vintage tags, as well as some of Daisy's beautiful ephemera from 1 or 2 sets. I just used some seam binding as a closure and made the cover with 2mm chipboard, some brown paper, bit of Tyvek, and a lot of ink. That's the spine, which is, why can't I remember now, approximately 1 1/2 inches, and that's the image on the back. You see, oh, there we go, move down a bit so that I can stay in frame. That's the back, the spine, and the front cover. I decided against putting a label on the cover because I really like this image and I think it's beautiful. So it's been left unadorned and just as it is. I really like these old seed packets. They have, as someone said to me on Instagram, usually really nice fonts, and the images are really pretty. So moving in, inside the front cover, I made a pocket with one of the ephemera images and just added a little bit of trim, and this is just a envelope that I made with some 6x6 paper that I had in my stash, and I haven't glued it down so that there is space to actually journal in it, and it just slips into the pocket there. One of the bits of ephemera had this introductory on it, and I thought that would make a lovely first page to the journal, so that's why this image specifically was chosen as the first page. And you can see that once again, lots of tea dyeing and stamping. Here is one of the beautiful images with a pretty shoe, and I backed it with some baking paper, which actually has very nice tea dyeing marks on it, which are all hidden by the image which has been glued over it, but so be it. And just a big shipping tag that pops in there. Everything's been inked around the edges with vintage photo, and I used the same corner stamp throughout because the book is quite busy for me and I wanted to keep it as uniform as possible. And on these pages, this is one of the My Rose Garden paper sheets, I added stamping in the corners just for continuity and to keep it all cohesive. Here's a little secret flip out, and there are tags in the My Rose Garden. Let's see if I can just quickly find one. There we go. This is what they look like. And what I did was I cut the top of the tag off and glued it to a little seed envelope which I bought from a paper distributor here locally, and stamped on the little flap, and that actually came out really well. It was just luck that the tags were approximately the same size as the seed envelopes, and gives a really nice effect. I love the frame that goes around the image. So there's that. And then I also used some file folders in from Daisy, and what I did with half of them was I turned them into little notebooks, which then also just pop into that pocket. and some more tea-dyed pages, beautiful images. And on my paper clips I added some charms. There's a ladybird and a hand stamped tag. Here is the center of the first signature, and this just pops up. Some space for writing or some photographs, a bit of Daisy's lovely ephemera, and another ephemera piece which has been backed onto some baking paper, making a pocket for a tag, and there's enough space in there for some more things. And on the pages where I stamped lines, I used the corrugated cardboard for that. I've left space at the top for headings or anything that someone might want to add when they journal about whatever it is that they're doing or their garden. Here is where that tag goes in again, and this is just a little flap which I stamped for some secret journaling as well, and some more beautiful roses. Here is one of those little file folders, and this one I have left blank. Some really nice tea-dyed effects there. And this is a white packet which has been tea-dyed and inked around the edges with vintage photo. Just has one of the vintage tags from my rose garden inside, and this is one of the pages, or one of the ephemera pages, that I cut up and used to decorate the packet with. And as you can see, I only glued it down on 3 sides so that you can pop something behind, and there's still space for some journaling as well. Here's a handmade flower with some more baking paper behind it, and a ticket, and you can tuck something behind it if you want to. Another pocket with a big tag. As you can see, the red tea really made beautiful patterns on the paper. I'm really happy with how it all came out. Another one of those little booklets and a little seed packet. This journal would make a wonderful garden journal, and although there are a lot of roses in the imagery, there's enough here, and that's a little tree. There's enough here to actually allow you to really use it for any kind of gardening, and just use the images as decoration. And there's a lot of space for journaling about the seasons, your plans for what you want to plant. If it's a vegetable garden, you could easily pop some of the seed packets that you are using or planning to use in here. And of course, if you harvest seeds from your garden, let's see what this is, lovely old tag, you could easily pop it into some of the little seed packets that were decorated. Another big shipping tag, just put some there. One of the seed packets ideal for harvested seeds, and little seasonal notes or anything else. And here is a little dragonfly, some butterflies, and the center of the third. I'm missing a piece of ephemera. There's another image that is meant to go in, and I know where it is. I have hidden it from myself. There it is. It's a beautiful lily image. No, it looks like a tree actually, but it does look a lot like a lily, but it looks as though they grow on a tree. And that goes in there. Another pocket backed with some baking paper and more stamping on the printable just to give it some cohesion. And these beautiful tags, they are so grungy. This isn't me, you can see they are similar. Daisy's really grunged them up, and they are I love it. I like grungy, and these are just perfect. Secret spot, and once again beautiful images, and another file folder, and a gentleman watering his, I think that's an old watering device, unless it is something for spraying poison or something, but I'm not quite sure. I'd like to think that it's a green option and that it's for water. And again, a little tuck spot with a flower. And this is the back last page, and on the inside of the back cover I again made a pocket and another one of my 6x6 sheets turned into an envelope on the envelope punch board, and that just pops in. Come on, pops in right there. So that's the back of the journal, and these images from Daisy are so versatile and make such beautiful journals. I can really say that this was fun. I enjoy all things gardening. I have brown thumbs, so I'm not overly successful in the garden, but I do love gardens, so I'm always hopeful when I see a gardening journal. As always, thanks for watching. Until we speak again. Bye bye.